What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a fishing trip using only vintage rods. Guys, I had these rods laying around the basement. These were my grandpa's rods from back in the day, and I think these probably come out of, I don't know, either the 70s or the 80s. I'm not sure. This is actually a newer rod, the cork handle one. That's a Shakespeare, probably from like the mid 90s. But this Diawa rod right here and reel is pretty high quality, and I don't even know the model on it here. Magforce, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that one came out of either the late 70s or 80s. And we have an Garcia Ambassador. This is an all graphite reel, so that's pretty cool. And we just have monofilament tied on both of these. And we're going to be fishing some tubes and Ned rigs with it, so we're going to be focusing on smallmouth once again. But hopefully we can pull some in with these and kind of put those to the test. So today's all about vintage fishing rods and reels. So if you like this kind of stuff, go ahead and stick around. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already a member of the channel, and then turn on that notification bell. That way you know when I'm posting videos like this, and you can check them out every single time I upload them. And guys, and I've been posting a lot of content here recently, trying to do a video every day or so. So please check those videos out. Please check out the other videos on the channel. I probably have upwards of 100 videos now. We've had this channel for around 5 months, and I've put out that many videos. So guys, go check those out if you haven't already. And let's get going with this video. It is super foggy outside. I don't know what happened last night, but it got crazy or something. So bear with me on the fog, and we're gonna try to push through this. So guys, looking at this magforce, it has that pistol grip style rod, and it is a really short rod. I would say it's only about a 6-foot rod. Can't even see it here. 6-foot rod. It's got like a medium power, very, very soft tip to it. It's advertised as a, where's it at? It's like a 5-something gear ratio, and it says it's a fast reel. So kind of cool how things have changed over time, right? But this thing is solid. This thing is made out of solid die-cast metal. It's got a pretty cool little magnetic drag system on it. It hasn't changed too much. Very, very small handle on it. Look how short that handle is. That thing's probably only about 3.5 inches long. And now you're looking at least 4-inch handles. This Garcia is very light. Like I said, it's solid graphite. Cool little magnetic drag system on, or cool little magnetic brake system on the side, and mag tracks. I think they even still have some of their mag tracks braking systems on some of their reels. Or it's made out of graphite. This is just an old Ambassador reel. Look at that, high speed, 5 1-to-1. It just says ball bearings. So this thing has a little bit longer handle on it, but these knobs are kind of crazy looking, right? They're just old looking, nothing fancy. We're gonna go out here and try to catch some smallmouth in these same holes we've been trying to catch them out of. And stay tuned, we're gonna see what we get on. All right, I'm gonna start out with this Diawa. I think it's probably the most high quality out of the two. And we got a little Ned rig tied onto it. Okay, just a little green pumpkin Ned rig. So I'm gonna adjust the fall of the bait. That's probably about right until we find out where we need to be. Ooh. Well, it didn't backlash too bad on us. Because this rod is super sensitive. Like I said, it has a very, very soft tip to it. Try to adjust the spool tensioner here a little bit. That's a little bit better. I think the water levels went down a little bit from what it was the other day. It was super high the other day. There we go. Got a first one right here. I think he's too big. Decent little one to start out with. We'll start flopping around. Oh, we just dropped the rod in the water. Whoop. He didn't want to stay in my hands. Now, surprisingly, I thought the rod would bend a lot more than it did, and it bent quite a bit. It did bend over quite a bit because it is very, very light action. Very, I would say at least medium power. Now, this rod's done a lot of smallmouth fishing in the past. My grandpa done a lot of smallmouth fishing with this. And that was primarily the only fish there was in that river where he fished. Yeah, we'll just take turns. We'll use this one for a little bit, and then we'll switch over to the Abu Garcia one. And the Abu Garcia, I don't know if that was just hung on something or what. The Abu Garcia did have a rod with it, I thought, but he must have switched it out at some point. So I'm not a big fan of these pistol grip rods, but I guess they have their place. They're nice and compact, I guess. So normally, you know, when we fish a Ned rig, we got our braid connected to a fluorocarbon leader, so there's no stretch. Today we're gonna have a ton of stretch, especially with this light power rod, and then with the monofilament line too that we have. There we go. Oh snap, something got off. The action of this rod is just so light. I tried setting the hook the best I could. I think that was a really good one, or it was just hung up. That felt like a really big bite though. All right, guys, we're in another little area that's about 100 feet up from where we just were. And we're gonna be throwing the tube now on the Abu Garcia. Doing this little green pumpkin tube on the Abu Garcia. Seeing how this works. Super shallow right here. I'm gonna try to get out a little ways, because I think there's a little ridge that runs down through there. It's a little bit deeper. Well, that definitely just backlashed the crap out of it. I didn't set this one up. And we were hung on something. Whatever, we'll fix the backlash in a minute. Probably tighten up the spool tensioner some. Holy crap, it done it again. I think it's hung up on something. There we go. Oh, snap. One hit it big time. We're just gonna deal with that backlash for a second here. We might just end up trying to catch a fish before we fix it. There we go. That's a good fish. Get this drag set. That is a good fish. Holy crap. And he is in that current real hard. real freaking hard. That is a big fish, guys. I don't think y'all understand how big this fish is. That is a freaking tank. I think it's a largemouth. I don't know. He is in that current. I can't even hardly get him up here. Big freaking fish. Holy crap. This might be a 5-pounder, guys. Holy snap. No, that's a big smallie. Holy cockies. Man alive. Let's get this dude over the bank. Holy snap. This guy is a freaking horse, guys. He is a freaking toad. Look at this thing. Holy talkies. Oh my God. He freaking hammered. Oh my God, this thing is massive. I can't even get it in the view. It's freaking massive. Holy crap. All right. All right, guys. I just weighed this thing, and this thing is 5 1/4 pounds. This thing is a freaking toad. Holy crap, this thing is just beautiful. I can't believe how big of a fish this thing is. It is just gorgeous. Just a big smallmouth. Trying to get this thing revived here a little bit. This thing is just gorgeous looking. Look at those colors, the stripes on it. Man. It is just a freaking toad of a fish. There it goes. Trying to swim back upstream. It's gonna get taken back down. Man, that thing is just beautiful. I can't believe 5 1/4 pounds. Holy crap. On the freaking crappiest rod. Oh my God, that thing was terrible. Guys, the drag on this thing, the drag was so bad that I couldn't even pull it in. But then again, that was a 5-pound smallmouth in an extreme amount of current right here. Dang, guys. I cannot believe that. That is just crazy. On this green pumpkin and black tube here. And guys, I got these new jig heads from Bass Pro. And these are, once again, the goofy or the stupid tube style of rigging. And that's what we got it on, guys. I cannot believe we just pulled that freaking tank of a smallmouth in. That was freaking tank status, guys. Holy dog crap. And it was right in the middle of all of this heavy, heavy current. Can't believe that either. At least not that size. That was, when I thought it got hung up, that was that tank of a fish that freaking hit it. That is just nuts. Dang, guys. 5 pounds and a freaking quarter. Yeah, we gotta fix this bird's nest. But hey, we caught a freaking 5-pounder with it bird's nested. I don't care. I just want to catch another freaking tank. Can't believe it. My gosh, that thing was crazy freaking big. I didn't know if we were gonna get that and back up or not. That guy was a toad. Man. If y'all didn't believe me before, that finding this freaking current, you're gonna find those big smallmouth. You should now. Look at this freaking current. And look at that smallmouth we just caught. Undeniable, guys. It works. Yeah, when we hooked into that smallmouth, he went straight downstream. Straight downstream. I guess it's probably their defense mechanism, maybe. All right, guys, so that was the Abu Garcia. I think we're gonna go ahead and switch over to the Diawa. I think if that would have been on the Diawa, I don't know if we'd have got it in. This right here is a medium heavy power rod, and it done okay. But I'm telling you, that fish was in very, very tough current. All right, we got the old PB&J Ned rig tied onto the Diawa. We had to switch off. We broke off back there, so. Another freaking 5-pounder, guys. That was my personal best right there. PB smallie time, baby. 5 3/4 pounds. Guys, that smallmouth that I caught was so big, I literally thought it was a largemouth. Because when I had to pull it back up through the current there, I could see its head sticking out of the water. And I'm like, that thing is so big, it's a freaking largemouth. Nope, I was wrong, guys. I was freaking wrong. All right, guys, we're gonna pull up to another spot here and get reset. Get the good morning coffee in. All right, so what I typically do, you'll notice in my videos that, you know, you'll see me pack up and kind of move to a different spot. Well, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Is we're moving from one area to another. It's about, I would say 2 to 3 miles up the road here, but not too far of a trip. So I just kind of hop in real quick, grab and go. That's why I kind of got the grab and go bag. So it works out really well in situations like this, because if I were to stay in the same spot right here, yeah, I might catch one more maybe, but I'm probably not gonna get on anything that's super quality again. So that's why we're moving. All right, I'll catch you down there when we park again. All right, trying a new spot I haven't tried before. From this side, so we got a natural spring that comes out, and I'm trying to get over that way. Maybe we can get through here. Guys, I know this baitcaster is bird's nested up like crazy. I'm just gonna deal with it. Something keeps hitting it right here. I'm just gonna push through it. Don't really care. The line is all messed up. Literally, let's see where it's at. Right there, I can see the ends of line right there. So it's cut somewhere. It is cut. So I'm not messing with pulling this out, because then we're probably not gonna have any line on this thing. Little crankbait right here. I think it's a little KVD. Yeah, that is a KVD. That's why you don't fish crankbaits from the bank. Somebody lost their KVD, things ain't cheap. All right, that's a nice little crankbait though, little square bill. We'll definitely use that thing. There we go. Can't see it. He's fighting good though. He's got this rod bent way over. He's actually swimming right at us. Oh, he's little. He's swimming everywhere though. Oh, he's a pretty color. All right, that's that color I like. got hooked right in the bottom of the jaw here. Oh, it came out and then went back in. Look at those colors. All right, little bitty guy. Go have fun. But this rod was bent. Like if we'd have had that 5-pounder on this rod, we'd have wished we hadn't had. Hey guys, we're gonna go ahead and head to the truck. We were only out here for about an hour, hour and a half, and I don't think we did too bad. We caught, you know, my personal best, which is freaking crazy, 5 1/4 pound smallmouth. That thing was a freaking tank, guys. And this Abu Garcia did not do too well with it, guys. The rod did good, but that reel needs some work. The drag on this thing just couldn't even handle it. You know, I had that thing cranked all the way down, and where that bass was in the current, it was just peeling that line off. It couldn't keep up with it, so eventually it wore out and I was able to drag it back up the stream, but just craziness, guys. But all right, guys, thanks for checking out the video. I hope you guys like this fishing with vintage bait casters or fishing rods, and thanks for tuning into the channel. And go ahead and support the channel by giving us a like, hit that subscribe button. Also, turn on that notification bell if you like this type of stuff. That way you can catch my future videos, okay, when I roll those out. So once again, keep it blue collar, and guys, until next time, I'll see you later.